Since the start of Indian telecom sector, there has been around 20 major players. Over the years, many of them have shut shops in India and some got acquired by bigger telecom companies. Airtel is the only telco leading from the very start and dominating even today. Hey guys, I'm Jayesh and you're watching Hustle TV. In this video, we will see how Sunil Bharti Mittal, a teenager from Ludhiana, started Airtel and turned it into a 4 lakh crore business it is today. Sunil Bharti Mittal was born on 23rd of October 1957 in Ludhiana, Punjab to Satpal Mittal, a rising politician who would later become minister and member of both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Growing up in Ludhiana, a city filled with small businesses ranging from textile to light engineering parts manufacturing, Sunil gravitated towards business and knew at a very early age that this is what he wanted to do. After completing his schooling from Winburg Allen School in Mussoorie and Scindia School at Gwalior, Sunil enrolled at the Punjab University and graduated with a bachelor's in economics and political science in 1976. He was never a brilliant student, but always had the conviction from a very young age that he wanted to make big in life. Fresh out of college at 19, Sunil, as he always dreamed of, decided to start his own business. He started a small manufacturing unit just like he saw all around Ludhiana. During those days, Hero Cycle was a big bicycle manufacturer and the son of Brij Mohan Lal Munjal, the founder of Hero Cycle, was Sunil's classmate and friend. He used this relationship and partnered with Hero Cycles to manufacture crankshafts for them. Sunil borrowed 20,000 rupees from his father and in April of 1976 started his first business, Bharti Enterprises. After the initial days of struggle, he found his feet and in just 2 years started 2 more manufacturing plants and expanded into manufacturing of yarn and stainless steel sheets used in surgical instruments. Mittal would travel across India by trains to find new customers and often travel in trucks along with his consignments for delivery. Just like most entrepreneurs in early days, he would work 16 to 18 hours a day and dream of making it big during the night. During this time, Mittal would frequently visit Mumbai to find buyers for his stainless steel sheets. He would pitch his products to the traders in Abdul Rahman Street. These experiences led him to discover the salesman in him. This is where he learned the art of persuading someone. In a 2005 interview, Mittal said he often left his bank manager beat him in table tennis, though he was a ranked player in Punjab University, just to be in his good books. The Mumbai exposure also taught him that if he wanted to do something big, he would have to move out of Ludhiana. Deep down he knew he could never become a big player in the market by just being a crankshaft manufacturer to Hero. Hence in 1979, after running the business for nearly 3 years, Sunil shut it down and moved to Mumbai, the city of dreams, in search for new big business idea. In 1980, Sunil reached Mumbai and along with his brother started Bharti Overseas Trading Company and became a trader. He would import a range of items ranging from stainless steel products, brass and plastic products and zip fasteners from neighboring Asian countries. In just few years, Sunil grew his business to much bigger than what he had in Ludhiana, and the exposure he got by talking to foreign manufacturers taught him international trade and diplomacy, which served him well later on at Airtel. In 1982, during a visit to Delhi's Bengali market, Mittal met a salesman who took his business to new heights. There in the market, Sunil came across a sales representative from the Japanese giant Suzuki who had come to India to appoint dealers for Suzuki's portable generator business. Suzuki had assumed that, like in Japan, people would buy its portable generator for use in ice cream and hot dog vans and exhibition kiosks. But the sales representative quickly realized that they were targeting the wrong audience. The business case was totally hopeless. The salesman was tormented by the thought of going back empty-handed until he met Mittal. Mittal quickly saw an opportunity in portable generators which Suzuki didn't see. He knew that the buyers for these generators were not ice cream kiosks, but it could be shops, small businesses, and even homes because of the frequent power cuts in India. Sunil convinced Suzuki's representative and was soon appointed the first dealer of Suzuki's portable generators in the country. His predictions came true, and Suzuki's portable power generators became a huge hit. In just 2 years, Sunil established a distribution network all across India with offices in 4 Indian cities, and Bharti Overseas Trading became the biggest portable power generator supplier in India. Sadly, this success was short-lived, as in 1984 the government stopped the imports of power generators and gave manufacturing licenses to Shriram and Birla Group to manufacture power generators. Mittal's business came crashing down, and just like this, Sunil was out of business almost overnight. Bharti was one of the 1,000 companies in that era that bared the brunt of license Raj. Suzuki was so happy with what Mittal had done, they offered him a dealership for its new small car made in the country in collaboration with the government, the Maruti 800. The car went on to create a revolution in the Indian automobile market. Still, Mittal did not get the dealership because all dealers were appointed on the basis of political influence. In an interview in 2005, Mittal said, "If they had made me a dealer, then I would have got rich and comfortable. Looking back, I think it was God's design that I should not get too comfortable. He had other plans for me." The overnight closure of his generator business didn't faze Sunil. Instead of waiting for things to happen, he went out to a string of trade shows all across Asia to look for new products he could sell to keep his business alive and turn this adversity into an opportunity. Lucky for him, his persistence paid off. While on a trade show in Taiwan, Sunil stumbled upon push-button phones. You see, back then in India, we were stuck with rotary phones. Sunil realized that push-button phones' compact design with features like redial and speed dial would make people buy it over rotary phones. Within days, Sunil signed a contract with a Taiwanese supplier, and as telephones were not on government's priority list for imports, Mittal would import components through different ports and assemble the handsets at Ludhiana. He came up with the brand name Meet Bro, short for Mittal Brothers, because he thought it sounded like a foreign brand name, and as Indian consumers didn't like desi homegrown brands, this would make it sound international and give them an edge. His phones were a huge hit in India, and he was back in business. Soon the government opened the industry and issued 52 licenses to make telephones in the country. Mittal tied up with Siemens and secured one of the license, and soon started India's first push-button phone manufacturing unit in Ludhiana and sold the phones under a new brand name Beetle. Then in 1989, Bharti tied with Telecom Corporation, a Japanese giant, to become the first company in India to manufacture telephone answering machines. And in 1990, Bharti tied up with Lucky Goldstar, a South Korean giant, to become the first company in India to manufacture cordless telephones. By the early 1990s, Bharti Enterprise was doing around 25 crores in annual sales, which helped Sunil buy his first Mercedes and move into a spacious home. Sunil was taking big strides and establishing Bharti as a leading manufacturer of telecom products. Bharti Enterprises was bigger than ever, and his dream of making it big was slowly coming into reality. The year 1992 presented a very big opportunity to Sunil, for which he was waiting for years. As part of the economic reforms to bring back India out of its economic crisis, P.V. Narasimha Rao government, with Dr. Manmohan Singh as finance minister, opened several public sectors for private companies. Telecom was one such. In January of 1992, for the first time, the Indian government invited bids for mobile network licenses in 4 metro cities. However, the catch here was only companies with prior experience in mobile network can bid, and the bids had to be submitted by March of the same year. So Sunil had just 60 days to find a big partner and bid. This was a big ask, as finding a big foreign partner was not as easy as it sounds. Despite the modest success, Bharti Group was still not that big of a company. They were doing around 25 crores in sales and 5 crores in profit. No big foreign company would be happy to partner with them, as they could always partner with other big Indian companies. But Sunil didn't get disheartened. He believed his gut and decided he would do anything to bid for the license. He took a leave of absence from his company and told his brothers, "Don't ask me where I am or how much money I am spending." He went to Mauritius to meet Bashir Kurumji, who was running a mobile network called Airtel. It was a small network back then with 2,800 customers. Sunil signed up an agreement with him since he was the first one available and he had to start somewhere. This deal wouldn't qualify Bharti to bid, as Airtel was not big enough as per the bid guidelines. Hence Mittal still needed a qualifying partner. Lucky for him, Bashir Kurumji was friendly with the French ambassador of India, Philippe Petit. He asked him to introduce them to French telecom giant SFR. After a few days, Michael Villeneuve from SFR agreed to meet Sunil for only half an hour on a Saturday when the offices were closed. Sunil was excited and scared at the same time, as he felt there is no way he could convince SFR in half an hour. Sunil worked his charm during the meeting, and that half-hour meeting became an hour, then 2 hours, and then Michael asked Sunil to join him for lunch. They went to a small restaurant below his office, and when they came back, Michael agreed to partner with Airtel and told Sunil, coming Monday, they will sign the agreement as he didn't have anybody to make one. Sunil wanted to get this partnership done the same day itself, as anything could go bad between Saturday and Monday, and he was in no mood to take any chances. Sunil asked, give me the chance to produce something for you. Just lend me your secretary and I will sit down with her. In half an hour, Sunil drafted an MOU and they signed the same afternoon. Sunil was relieved that a big task of finding a foreign partner was done and now only the paperwork for bidding was left. But there was something waiting around the corner for him. On Monday morning, a big businessman from India reached out to Michael and asked him to sign with his company for telecom license in India. Michael replied, I've already signed up. To which the Indian businessman asked, with whom? He said, signed up with Bharti. Even the Indian businessman didn't know Bharti Group. He said, Bharti who? And this panicked Michael. He immediately sent his secretary and a senior executive to Delhi to meet Sunil and do some background check on Bharti Enterprises. Sunil showed them his telephone manufacturing factory in Gurgaon. That night, Michael called Sunil and said, I've done my research. You don't even exist in the telephone directory. I'm sorry. We are too large of a company. We can't be exposed to this small company. I have to pull the plug. Sunil tried to convince him and said, there was something you felt at the time when I saw you and you signed the same day. Stay with the same instinct. What is there to lose? We have to bid. You don't spend a penny. I will do everything. If we qualify, then you pay your part. But don't go now. Stay with your instincts. Luckily, this worked and Michael decided to stay. After convincing Michael for partnership, Sunil worked countless hours for the next month to produce what he called the best bid in the world, as he was not ready to take any chances on this. Sunil did extensive aerial photography of Delhi and Bombay, as those were the two circles they were most interested in. He personally sat in the helicopter, did the aerial photography, compiled all the satellite imageries with tons of document. Recollecting those times, in an interview Sunil said, by 7 p.m. we would open a bottle of Black Label, work till 2 a.m., sleep in the office, I slept on the table, start again in the morning, and we produced our bid. A funny incident happened at the time of bid submission as well. Rajan, Sunil's brother, went to Sanchar Bhavan along with 2 tempo loads of boxes to submit the bid. There, he met Tata Group's Zaid Beg. Rajan asked him, where are his bid documents? Zaid pointed to the 2 files under his arms. Rajan panicked after seeing that, as he had 2 tempo full of files waiting to be submitted. Rajan came back and asked Sunil, have you gone mad? What have we done? Luckily, things went in Bharti's favor and their hard work paid off. Bharti won the Bombay license, but then it went into litigation and finally the Supreme Court downgraded them from Bombay to Delhi, which was best as they always wanted Delhi. In 1995, Bharti Televentures was formed, and for the first time, GSM mobile services were launched in Delhi under the brand name Airtel. In just 2 years, Airtel became the first mobile service provider in the country to cross 100,000 customers mark. In 1999 and 2000, the Bharti Enterprises acquired controls of JT Holdings and Skyscale Communication and extended its cellular operations in Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Chennai, thus reaching south of India. In the following years, Bharti launched mobile services in Gujarat, Haryana, Kerala, MP, Maharashtra, Mumbai, Punjab, Tamil Nadu and Uttar Pradesh. And by 2005, Bharti became India's first mobile service provider to cover all 23 telecom circles. During this time, for the first time, Bharti clocked revenues in excess of $1 billion annually, registering a profit in excess of $150 million. After reaching the lengths and breadths of India, Sunil didn't look back and took Airtel outside of India. In 2009, Airtel launched its first international mobile network in Sri Lanka, As of 2022, Airtel has 15% market share with over 30 lakh subscribers over there. In June of 2010, Airtel expanded to Africa by acquiring Zain Telecom for $10.7 billion. Today, Airtel is the second largest operator in Africa with over 128 million subscribers and operations in over 14 African countries. Sunil took Airtel out of Telecom and ventured into insurance with partnership with French insurance giant AXA to form Bharti AXA, then into reality to form Bharti Reality, and then into processed food and beverage industry through joint venture with Del Monte India. Throughout the years, Sunil Mittal followed few strategies which helped accelerate Bharti Group's journey and put it in new heights. First is building partnership with big foreign companies. As you would have noticed, in the initial days, Sunil partnered with Suzuki to import their power generators, then partnered with Siemens to make push-button phones, and then they partnered with SFR to win network license for Delhi. Sunil always built strong partnerships with big foreign companies and used their expertise to exploit the market rather than building everything on his own. Second is Sunil's drive to choose speed over perfection. Airtel became the first company in India to do many things. They were the first to bring push-button phones in India, first company to manufacture cordless telephones, first to manufacture answering machines, first mobile service provider to complete a national footprint in all 23 telecom circles, first company to bring Hello Tunes in India, and many more. He always believed in bringing something new to the market as soon as possible. This helped Bharti have an edge over the big dogs. He always picked speed over perfection. Today, Airtel is the second biggest mobile operator in India with over 326 million mobile subscribers and third largest in the world with 491 million customers and operations in over 17 countries. And Sunil Bharti Mittal is the 12th richest man in India with a net worth of over $13 billion. Sunil is the recipient of Padma Bhushan, Harvard Business School's Alumni Achievement Honor. He has also served as the chairman of International Chamber of Commerce, chairman of GSM Association, president of Confederation of Indian Industry, and several other organizations. There are a lot of things I wanted to cover about Airtel, like Airtel's minute model or minute model, which helped them scale fast, their rivalry with Jio, and their future plans with 5G, but the video would have become very lengthy. So let me know in the comments section if you want me to make a video on any topic. So that's it for today guys. If you like this video then please give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.